Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and today we are watching episode 19 of season 4 of Supernatural. So, last time around, the story just keeps on trucking. More stuff happens. We get more information, we get more details. We are filled in more and more about the goings on of this season, I guess. Last time around, we ran into, it was a very, very meta episode and it was awesome. We ran into this guy, Chuck, who writes books. He writes books about Dean and Sam, about their actual lives and the events of like everything that's going on, all the cases and everything they're doing. This is, of course, very strange. And it threw me for a loop, really did. It turns out, though, that Chuck is a prophet, a mouthpiece for God's word, I guess. And I don't really understand it. Like, I'm having some issue understanding it. Because, like, what's so special about Dean and Sam? He's, like, Chuck is writing the gospel of, the Winchester gospel, I guess. And I don't understand why. Like, we as viewers understand that Dean and Sam are special, because they're the main characters. The show is about them. So yeah, they're special to us. But why are they special in this world? Like, to the rest of the world, they're just supposed to be like a pair of hunters. Like, good hunters. But what makes them so special, you know? Dean has been saved from hell and Sam has demon blood in him. And he has powers and stuff. But still, that's not why they're special. Dean was saved from hell because he's special. And like, I think like we got into it a bit when there was the torturing of Alistair. And like it's suggested that Dean is special because Dean accidentally, unwittingly, unknowingly started the apocalypse. Like he broke the first seal. So, that of course means that he's special in that he is the one who is supposed to prevent the breaking of the last seal. That's my take on it. That's what I believe. But is that the only thing? And if I don't think so. Because it could be the thing if Dean was always meant to break the first seal. Like if that was his destiny from the get-go. Because him breaking the first seal, that's not that long ago. It's the start of the season, or like between the two seasons, between season 3 and 4. And Chuck has been writing these books for years. If that's what made Dean special, then it was fated, I guess. There was no way to avoid it. They tried to, like Castiel said, they invaded hell to break Dean free. But they didn't make it in time. So like, was this always supposed to happen? But that doesn't explain why Chuck is writing the gospel of Dean and Sam. Like, that's the thing, because Sam is included. Like, of course, Sam is going to have to be included. If you're writing the story about Dean, there's no way to avoid that. But it sounds like Sam is an equal main character in the books. Like, Sam is just as important as Dean. And that doesn't jive with the other thing. Like, if Dean was fated to break the first seal and prevent the apocalypse. I don't know. I think there's more to it. But don't know what. In other news, Lilith doesn't want to keep going. That's what she says, at least. She told Sam that she wants out of the apocalypse business. Because she's found out that she's not supposed to survive. Like somewhere between now, where we're at, and Lucifer going free, somewhere in between there she dies. And she wants none of that. So she's like, okay, I'm done. But I don't know if she's telling the truth. If she is telling the truth, she doesn't have a great deal of conviction if that's the case. In that case, she wouldn't be like Alistair or Azazel, I guess. If she's just doing it to further her own ends, I guess. She's also tired of being hunted by angels and stuff. She wants to go back to a simpler time. So that's kind of where we're at. After this episode, there's only 3 episodes left after this one. 4 including this one. So we're really closing in on the end, and I'm curious. I'm curious how this can end. It's going to be really interesting to see. So, yeah, let's get to it, shall we? Before we get started, though, as always, I just want to mention the Patreon. Link is in the description down below. On the Patreon, you can get Supernatural Early Access. We're like 3 to 4 weeks ahead. which means like 6 to 8 episodes. So yeah, check it out if you want to. The episodes are also uncut. They're not edited down like here on YouTube. So yeah. But with that said, let's get into this next episode. Here we go. What's this episode going to bring? Window, nighttime. Holy moly. Does stuff like that work on you? Like jump scares? Because they very rarely work on me. And I don't know why. Maybe I've been like immunized to them. Because I remember in my teens when I was like 15 or something when I played Resident Evil 2 on Nintendo 64. And like ever since then it hasn't really, jump scares haven't really worked on me. I also often see them coming. It's mostly when they're like really surprising that they get me. And I so look forward to that happening because yeah, very rarely does. Is something hiding under your bed? Yes, there is. Timing, man. This show has great dramatic timing. John? Huh. That's interesting. That looks a bit sad. Standing there brushing his teeth. Oh, these boys living in that darn car. Good morning. Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm starving. Let's get breakfast.
Where? We're like 2 hours from anything.
But I'm hungry now.
Poor thing. Yeah, don't go for that.
Tuna.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good idea then. Well, don't put it back in. It's one of Dad's old phones. I remember they've mentioned that they keep it charged up in case one of his old contacts call.
Who is this?
I'm his son.
See, that's weird. I mean, the woman had a picture of him on his nightstand. I'm guessing she died there and this is the son calling because I'm assuming he thinks that John would want to know.
No father listed on the birth certificate. He's an Eagle Scout, graduated from high school with honors.
Oh, you're preparing for whatever monster this is?
This is a trap.
Yeah, we get that you think that. Don't be so negative, dude. I mean, it does, like, here's the thing, like, I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this tactfully. Like, of course, John would get the urge every now and then. Like, nothing is 100% certain. But, like, I don't know, I just feel like he was extremely driven and focused. He was very narrow-mindedly focused on one thing, and that was finding the demon. I mean, yeah, he did save others. I don't know, man. I have a hard time seeing it. But, I mean, it looks like that's the case.
Holy water? Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus juice.
I'm sure that's not gonna work.
He is a shapeshifter. Hence the silver.
You're covering all the bases here, huh?
Coincidence. Next 2 pages in the journal, torn out.
See, that's incriminating.
I mean, Hunter rolls into town, kills a monster, saves the girl. Sometimes the girl's grateful.
Yeah, sometimes the hunter gets laid. I mean, you guys know about this. You do it over and over, especially you, Dean.
Adam?
Here he is.
How'd you know my dad?
We work together.
Going that route, are we?
The usual, Adam?
Yeah, thanks, Denise.
Watch nothing work now, Dean.
So, when's the last time you saw John?
Yeah, now next watch the silver not work.
Years.
Why'd you decide to...
Dude, put the gun away.
My mom's missing.
Really? I'm sorry. For how long?
Don't think missing.
John and me didn't really know each other. My mom never talked about it.
Oh, really?
My mom's a nurse, and Dad came into the ER pretty torn up. Hunting accident or something.
Sounds about right, yeah.
When John heard he had a son, he raced to town. I mean, he dropped everything. He drove all night.
There you go.
Thanks.
Well, that's heartwarming.
Yeah, when was this?
No. Called when he could, but still.
Not silver either.
bought me my first beer when I was 15.
Yeah, sounds right.
Who the hell are you to call me a liar?
We're John Winchester's sons. That's who. We are his sons.
Big brother.
He took you to a baseball game?
Photoshop.
Yeah, when I turned 14. Dad was around for a few of my birthdays.
Oh, really?
He took you to a freaking baseball game?
Yeah. Guessing he never did that for you, Dean.
He saw her come home Tuesday night, but she never showed up to work on Wednesday.
Did you call
From the
police?
The
pictures.
supervisor at the hospital did.
That's crazy, man. Like, this looks like a much more normal family than the other one. the Sam and Dean and John configuration.
It's like she just dropped off the face of the earth, you know?
Yeah. Those things happen. And went fishing and stuff. Oh. For Sam and Dean, it was all motels, and for Dean, it was just responsibility and duty.
Dean, what else can you tell me about Dad?
He was a jerk.
You don't want to know.
Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of good things to say about that anymore.
In 1990, there were 17 grave robberies in Wyndham.
Think that's why Dad came?
That's a lot.
But last month, the corpse snatching started up again. 3 bodies from the local cemetery.
Yeah, that's the bed. Look underneath. Monster hiding under the bed. Oh, ventilation. Right?
Every time.
Don't you always lose? Yeah, you lose every time. Holy moly, I would not do that.
Why didn't I throw paper?
Yeah, don't know. Because I think you're in too deep. You're thinking like, it will work at some point. Just keeps throwing scissors. Like, I would do something like this if there was no top part. If it was just 3 sides to it. Not otherwise. Ew! Does look a bit like Shapeshifter. But that doesn't explain the grave robbing.
My mom's probably dead, and you two, well, you told me to call the cops, but you gotta bail before they show.
Yeah, we're not great friends with cops.
Cops didn't know where to look for my mom, Dean, but you did. And I heard you talking earlier, something about grave robberies.
It's time to introduce him to the dark side of the family.
We're hunters.
Sammy.
He deserves to know, Dean.
What do you mean, hunters?
We hunt monsters. Just show him the journal.
Every nightmare that I've ever had, that's all real.
Not
Godzilla's
Bigfoot.
the movie.
And Godzilla.
Nobody just says okay.
You're my brothers. You're telling me the truth, right?
Yeah.
And I believe
Yeah.
you.
I mean, you have some advantages here. It's the mom situation, knowing where to look and what have you, you know.
There's a long list of freaks that fit the bill.
You think maybe she might still be alive?
Yeah, no. Very doubtful. But like this one is tricky because I agree with Dean. There's not enough detail yet. There's the possibilities are too great.
He didn't want Adam to have our lives, okay? And we're gonna respect his wishes.
Am I just saying this?
No!
Yeah, of course you don't. Yeah, he didn't want Adam to have the messed up lives that Sam and Dean have. They're already ruined, but maybe Adam can have a better life.
Here. I'm gonna teach you a few things.
Oh, this is so cute. Now Sam gets to be the big brother. Oh, yeah, take it, kid. I'll show you the ropes.
So 3 bodies went missing. Any idea who did it? Hooligans.
That sounds like a value judgment. What's that? Gunk. Like, here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. Because I don't know if you know, but I'm playing The Witcher 3 as well. And there's many different monster types in that. And one thing that is very common that you run into are things called necrophages. I mean, the word essentially translates to corpse eaters. And there's different kinds. But like the thing that does not add up about that would be the bartender going missing and the and Adam's mom going missing, because necrophages don't usually go for living things. They eat dead creatures. Because like if 17 tombs were raided, dug up previously, and now things are being dug up again, dead things, sounds like necrophages. And I don't know what kind of necrophage we're dealing with here, but that's my number one guess at the moment. There's tons of different variants, of course, like of necrophages in many different types of lore. So, don't know, but that's what I'm working on at the moment.
First beer's on the house for cops. Feds too.
Am I that obvious?
Yes, very transparent.
Joe Barton. Assume you knew him.
A little. I'm his wife.
Yeah, it was... Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, he was a co-worker, wasn't he? You should know him a little in that case. But no, it was his wife.
Joe was the one who found those bodies. He got an award for that.
Okay.
But after a few beers, he'd admit he had a little help.
Yeah.
From who?
Specialists. That's all.
A drifter who came into town.
We took care of what done it.
So why would it start up again now, if that's the case?
Dean killed it.
So it's over for you.
I wouldn't say that.
It's never over.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay here.
Shouldn't separate. Should have Adam stay close to you, dude. That's a bit... That's overreacting slightly, I think. You don't even know what it is. Whatever it is, it likes hiding under things. Again, disappearing. Like, with the propensity for going underground, that feels shapeshiftery. But shapeshifters aren't necrophages.
What the hell is this thing?
Like, or maybe not underground, but like tunnels, like the vents.
No.
Vents and sewers. Confined spaces, I guess.
And his son.
All the people Dad knew in town.
At least we know why he's back.
Yeah, it's trying to get revenge. How do you say it? An eye for an eye makes the world go blind? Because this thing wants revenge because of what Dad did. And Adam wants revenge because of what this thing did, and so on and so on.
We got no leads, no witnesses. We do have what this thing wants.
You're gonna use him as bait? That's cold, bro.
We could train Adam. Get him ready.
No, you can't.
Whatever it takes, I'll do it. I want to do it.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's easy. Just
Revenge
throw the recoil
is
and...
understandable, but not smart.
Beginner's luck, right?
Oh, man, you're a natural.
I really like that Sam gets to be a big brother.
With a homemade flamethrower?
Yeah, they're easy to build. I'll show you.
Yeah, keep saying that. I'll show you. Oh, he must be so happy about this.
If you're really gonna do this, you can't have those kinds of connections. Ever. They're weaknesses. You'll just put those people...
It's lonely and sad.
You cut them out and you don't look back. There's only one thing you can count on.
Family.
Family.
Okay, Vin Diesel.
Hunting is life. You can't have connections.
Yeah.
Dad gave you that exact same speech, remember?
Yeah, he's turning in... Oh.
Turns out Dad was right.
I love this. Well, I don't want to pat my own back too much, but like, I remember thinking back in like season 1 that Sam seemed to be a lot more like Dad than Dean did. They seemed a lot more similar, like personality-wise, Sam and John. And like as time goes on, they've like acknowledged that a bit. And that's why they always butted heads, like they've mentioned that previously. And like with this as well now, it's like, yeah, they are basically the same person. And Dean is the one who's like started a long time ago having doubts and stuff. It's just, yeah, I think it's great.
Dad did right by us. He taught us how to protect ourselves. Adam deserves the same.
Listen to yourself, man.
Yeah,
You think I'm wrong?
You're turning into Dad.
He's still got a chance, man. He can go to school. He could be a doctor.
What makes Adam so special?
What, are you jealous of the kid?
Are you?
Dean is. Because Adam got to have most of the things that Dean didn't have. Like, John
That
was
Dad,
more...
Adam knew he wasn't real. The things out there in the
Oh,
shadows.
goodness sakes, I want to pause again. Like, for Adam, it feels like John was more present in Adam's life than in Sam and Dean's. Because, like, he traveled mostly with Sam and Dean, but he kept ditching them in places. Like, they're just like riding in the car together. Then when they get somewhere where there is a job, John dumps Dean and Sam at a motel, and then he takes off, and then he comes back, and then they go to the next job, and so on. Like, it was very businesslike, and it feels like Adam had more of a relationship with John than Sam and Dean did. And of course you would be jealous of that. And of course Sam would love this because he gets to be the big brother.
Adam doesn't have to be cursed.
He's a Winchester. He's already cursed.
No. No, whatever's on
Think positive thoughts.
I'm gonna find it.
It's also really adorable that Dean wants to save Adam from the being a Winchester, you know? That, like, because he is jealous, he's jealous, but at the same time he's like, it's okay. Like, Adam shouldn't have to suffer the way we have. Because he's a big brother and he wants to look after his siblings. That's what he's done for Sam all his life, and he's still doing it for this new guy. Like, something else it might be, like, just as a possibility, zombies, but I don't think that's a real possibility, Because then you would want the zombies for something. Just wanted to let you know that it's a possibility I have considered and rejected. More tunnels, huh? More cramped spaces underground. Wasn't it? I don't know. I'm unsure on how long it's been since last. I'm wondering how old Adam is. Because, like, aren't the cicadas every 17 years? Hey, that's the bartender, right?
Sloppy Joe.
Ha! That's a good one. Oh no. Oh no, even more. Is there another way out of this place? I hope you have good batteries in that flashlight. She might be here for a while. I think I heard someone mention something about 17 years, but I don't know what in relation to what that was.
Things coming. It's coming through here.
And you think it's gonna work if you're standing there?
Mom?
No.
Mom! Adam!
There's no way, right?
What the hell?
She's not your mother!
Adam, what is going on?
Feels like this is boarded up or like underground. Ew, nasty. What's that? I didn't recognize the face. Was it her? Is that what they're saying?
Shoot it! It's not human!
I know.
So whatever it is, it has the ability to disguise itself? I mean, you are what you eat. If it is a necrophage. What else? I mean, I don't see what else it could be.
No wonder none of the tests worked. You're not shapeshifters.
What
You're
are...
ghouls.
Ah, yeah, that's a necrophage.
Taking the form of the last corpse you choked down.
Oh,
And their thoughts. And their memories.
I didn't know about that. Is that usually part of it? Is Sam tasty with the extra content?
Blood, it tastes different.
Yeah, it does taste different, doesn't it? So are these ghouls siblings, I'm guessing? Hey, that's open. Oh, that's smart, dude. Well done, Dean. I thought Dean would have to be the one who needed to be saved.
Like you and your brother.
inseparable.
Actually, it was very hard to get you on your own.
Like, what
said,
sucks,
Sam, the only thing-
what really sucks about this is that these people, Adam and his mom were real.
But hey, why not move up to fresher game?
We knew just where to start.
Well, that brings a lot more attention.
You and Dean will have to do instead.
Dean won't interrupt us this time. We're gonna.
I'm sure he will.
He really was your brother.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks hardcore. Oh, that's bad. You okay, Sam?
Dean, they're ghouls!
Headshot.
Okay. Oh, we need to patch that up before he loses too much blood. You don't have time to play around, Dean. So you were right after all, Dean. Kinda right.
Dean!
Yeah, Sam needs you. Keep it elevated. Over your head.
Thank you. That's what family's for.
Yeah, don't worry about it, dude.
You sure we should do this?
Ghouls didn't fake those pictures. They didn't fake Dad's journal.
Oh, giving him a proper Winchester burial.
Maybe we can bring him back.
No.
Cass calling a favor.
Dude, you can't keep doing that.
You know, I finally get why you and Dad butted heads so much.
Yeah, because they're so alike.
You two are practically the same person. I acted like him. I listened to
Yeah.
the same music.
But you don't go your own way. John was his own man.
Compliment.
How far you've come, Sam.
Take it any way you want.
He didn't intend it as one. It's what I'm getting from that. Okay, so that was episode 19. Another episode, like Monster of the Week episode, and it's kind of nice because I've been talking for like 7 hours today, and I'm kind of tired of it. So I don't have a lot to say, or there's not a lot that needs to be said, really. I liked this episode because of, well, I mentioned basically all the reasons during the reaction, but like Sam being a big brother, that was so adorable. Dean being who Dean is, you know, like he always looks out for his little brother or little brothers, even though it was a fake and like a scam, but still, like, oh man. One thing that I will say that I don't understand is this. Sam is a lot more powerful now. He can exorcise demon, he can kill demon, he killed Alistair with his mind. What about the telekinesis? He had that back in the day, when he moved the piece of furniture that was blocking him in with Max, with that case, with the guy who was killing his family. Where did those powers go? He should be really good at throwing stuff around. And there was also like the visions and stuff. Like all of the other funky powers kind of disappeared, and the only thing that's left is exorcising demons. Or also now killing demons with his mind. Where did the rest of the powers go? Why doesn't he have those anymore? Because they would have been really useful when he was strapped down to the table. Did the writers forget about them? Or did they just like move on? Did those powers stop working when Azazel died? Was that magic connected to Azazel? And the demon exorcising is just more like run-of-the-mill average, works with any demon's blood kind of powers? Like, I remember that Sam has commented on that the powers were gone. But weren't they just like dormant at that point and then reawakened when he started consuming blood or whatever? I don't know, man. I'm just wondering why he can't do that anymore. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me at all, even slightly. I'm curious about it. And is it something I've forgotten? Is there an explanation for it? Does anyone know? Because I don't remember this specific detail. and I haven't rewatched any episode that talks about it, you know? So, there's 3 episodes left in the season now. We haven't got an update on like how many seals are left. I'm assuming it's gonna be like with Dean and his what was it, his demon deal, that like oh, it's 48 hours left or something. You know, we're basically at just the very end. Is gonna be like, oh well, 61 seals have been broken or 65, and it's like it's coming down to the wire before we check in on it again. There might be one more Monster of the Week episode left, and then as usual, like a 2-part finale. I'm really excited to see how this ends. I'm thinking it's gonna end really badly. I'm thinking it's gonna end with Lucifer walking out of his prison. I'm really excited for it. Can't wait to see how this ends. But that is for a different day. For today I am done, and I thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, do take care of yourselves, and peace out.